Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever! Ladies and gentlemen, today is part 2 of our Make Britain Great Again campaign. And things are going okay. Things aren't really going well. Things could be going a little bit better. We don't have as much money as I'd like. There are a lot of people wanting to move around London and wanting to go up to Birmingham and Liverpool and Leeds, and there's a few people, I think, in Edinburgh. At least that line is sorted there. But we're not really making as much money as I'd like. And it kind of sucks, because I'd really like to be making some considerable cash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some cargo lines, because I have some ideas. I quite like the idea that we can start taking oil, crude oil, down to this refinery, and then take the oil that's produced over to this factory in Brighton and then take the fuel up to London. Because what we can do is take the plastics that are produced down here and take them to this machinery factory, and we can get some wood, which is either going to have to come from Inverness or Dublin, as in the logs are going to have to come from Dublin or Inverness, and then we take them over to a sawmill, which is going to be probably that one, up there in Edinburgh. Or this one down in Wales, either or, probably the one in Edinburgh, because this one actually you have to go through Plymouth pretty much to get to that one. The point is, I want to get some industry in here, and to do that, I'm going to go ahead and take a pretty substantial loan. So I'm going to borrow so I can get to 15 million, which is considerable, but you know, it's fine. I wasn't losing money. I was making a very small profit, but I need a considerable amount of money to safely set up these lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves these cargo stations, and I want one of them just there. And that's where the oil, the crude oil, is going to be shipped to. So it's brought down this way, where we're going to put a large station just about there. And then we're going to go from there to this mill here, which we're not going to do immediately. This isn't going to be an immediate thing, because it would be a little bit silly to set up this this line right off the bat, because we're not going to be producing any oil right away. We're also not going to be producing fuel right away. So what we need to do is remember to make sure to not set that up immediately. So I'm thinking this little depot, since it is industry that needs the fuel, this truck depot can probably just go in there. Actually, that's a really expensive build, so we'll just throw it sort of in there, where it's significantly cheaper. So right there. And then we need to set up the various lines. So what we have is a line that's going to go from here, which is crude oil from Birmingham to the mill in Plymouth. So crude from Birmingham to refinery in Plymouth. Alright. And then we want to do the, I guess, the fuel from Plymouth to London. So that's a nice simple one. So that's fuel from Plymouth to London. And then we have another one, which is going to be oil from Plymouth to the mill in Brighton. So oil from Plymouth to mill in Brighton. And with that, we have the line set up, but we're only going to use one of them, which is going to be the crude from Birmingham to the refinery in Plymouth. So we'll get our new trucks, which are going to be these guys, and they're going to be set up to carry some crude oil. And I'm going to get a few of them. I'm going to get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, which is a lot. It's a substantial amount, and they are going to carry the crude oil. So off they go, gonna do their thing, and hopefully gonna do it well. And whilst they do that, I'm gonna go ahead and start upgrading some of my streets, because London's getting very, very busy. So I want to upgrade as much of this as I possibly can. We're gonna want to get a large country road there, I think, and possibly a medium street there. We'll go for a large street there, actually. I can't do a large street, we'll go medium. We just unlocked a new plane. Don't mind if I do. Alright, so that's hopefully going to let people do that. Actually, no. We're going to want to continue the large country road up to about there. because that's the split-off point where you can head to Plymouth or you can head to Birmingham. So hopefully traffic's going to flow a little bit better out of London as a result of that. Hopefully, we're also going to see a significant amount of crude oil pop up from this place. That is the dream. That is absolutely the dream. But we can see. What I'd also like to do, I think, is start upgrading my London loop to use the newer buses. So at 25% of your life cycle, upgrade to the Mercedes-Benz 06600. And that'll get the London loop functioning a little bit better. We could do the same with London to Birmingham so that we can transport more people. So at 25%, you are going to upgrade to the Mercedes as well. And I'm just going to pretty much have all of my buses in red for the time being. So they can start upgrading. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to tell the London loop to stop upgrading because I don't want it to replace these guys at 25% of the life cycle. Once this little fella here has dropped off his passengers, I think. Come on, buddy. We're waiting on you. We're waiting on this guy. What is he doing? Where is he going? That's where he's going. All right, is he going to upgrade? Has he up? There we go. All right, London Loop, you are going to stop with the upgrading. There we go. London to Birmingham is getting there. That is a line that can maybe use a new vehicle. But we'll not worry too much about it just yet. London to Plymouth as well is probably a line that could use some new vehicles. So we're going to set them to be replaced too. Because they're both faster and can carry more people. So by that logic, I reckon we should be making more money. We'll see what happens. But come on, why? There we go. So Birmingham is no longer needing to automatically upgrade. So that's that sorted. And we'll come back to the Plymouth line in just a moment. A lot of people coming across that bridge from Brighton. Which is pretty cool, admittedly. It's just also an issue because it's very busy. Very, very busy indeed. Let's get the 2-lane country road in there. Just like so. So that's going to be a good connection to have. And how are we doing in profits then? Are we making money? I mean, no, we spent 2.4... we spent several million on new vehicles this year, so... 1960 is not going to be a profitable year. Up to 54 production on new, though, is some amazing stuff. So that's promising. Are we... You've reached your lifetime and should be replaced. I'm assuming you're on a line that's already... Yeah, London to Plymouth. So you're going to be replaced. You're fine. I assume the production down here is... No, it's not really significant at all. You guys are actually losing me money. That's a little concerning. But this guy's pulling in with 91,000 worth of crude oil there. So hopefully we can get some more deliveries like that. Because if we can get more deliveries of like $91,000 worth of crude oil, then we are sorted 48.2. So yeah, I think we might be okay. Production here is climbing as well, which is beautiful stuff. I reckon we can... I reckon we can make this work. And the good news is that as the production of this guy increases, hopefully we can see some upgrades at some point. That would obviously be the dream. 1961, I'm also losing money. Am I still paying for new buses in the Plymouth line? No. Let's turn that off. There we go. So hopefully we're not going to be spending too much on new buses this year. Hopefully we can actually make a profit in 1961. And I'm also thinking we could probably... I realize I want to make a profit, but I also want to start moving the oil to this place over here. Now you are making a lot of oil, which is beautiful stuff. 56 production, 58 production. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. That's hopefully going to keep me making some serious cash. And hopefully going to keep you... Oh, 82. Look at that. All right, hold up. Let's just pause the game real quick. And let's see if we can get some trucks to take... I kind of want it to... I guess we're going to start with fuel. We'll start with fuel... not fuel, sorry. We're going to start with oil going to the plant. So you are going to carry some oil. And you're going to get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. And that is going to be oil to the mill in Brighton. And I got 10 of them. Because if I don't, then the frequency is going to be pretty low. And it's already 3 minutes, which is kind of low. So hopefully we can make this work. We should see a lot of oil come out of here, though. We absolutely should see a lot of oil come out of there. So hopefully that's a thing that we can... Why is the production dropping so quickly? I never understand production. I never get it. Ever. I mean, your production's 82. I imagine... Is it just... See, some people have been saying that they have their production based on supply and demand, so the more trucks you have, that kind of implies that there's more demand, so they'll produce more. But I just never know. I just never know. So I guess we'll see what happens. The production seems to be sitting nicely at 40, though, which is good for me. So hopefully we'll see some stuff happen. Well, here are you. You are here with a bunch of crude oil, which is good. 69.6 thousand there. And your production seems to be pretty much frozen at 40. So I'm assuming more trucks would increase that, which makes me kind of tempted to add more trucks to this line. Oh, your production's 100. You've maxed out your production. Look at this. Not bad. Upgrade scheduled in 4 months. So that means the production limit's going to increase because it hit the... Oh, that's so cool. I'm starting to get this. Which is exciting stuff. In my humble opinion, anyway. As for you, you're not going to be producing anything yet. But we could probably start taking fuel to London. So let's give that a shot and see what happens. Let's get myself some trucks. Let's go to fuel and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 of them, I think. And you are going to carry fuel into London. And hopefully you're going to do it well. Hopefully. Hopefully that wasn't a complete waste of money. That said, the production on you is looking to sort of try and increase. It's at 56 and 54. It's kind of bouncing back and forth and it's dropping. Oh, it's going back up. Whatever. It's fine. We have some fuel there. We have a lot of oil. This fella is no longer going to be upgrading, which is disappointing. So it seems like you have to keep the production at 100 for the entire 4 months. That's fine. I get how this works at least, so we're learning. And with the deliveries coming in here, I'm pretty sure we are making some considerable cash. I'd also like to turn off those overlays to tell me when I'm being charged money, because I know I'm being charged every now and then. I don't need to be reminded. Your production's sitting there at 60, which is good. 91k coming in there. I am losing money though. Yeah, the fuel line and the oil line are both losing me some cash. But I think everything else is sort of balancing it out. So I think we're alright. And nothing is automatically upgrading either, so that's not so much of a big deal. I'll tell you what I would like to do though. I would like to go back to all of my older lines, and I think London to Brighton and London to Norwich are both going to need upgraded buses. So I'm going to say at 25% of your lifespan, upgrade to this guy. And do it. And then at 25% of your lifespan, you're also going to upgrade to the new bus as well. Because it makes life just a little bit easier. We can move more people and, you know, that's kind of important to do. So London to Norwich is actually about to be fully upgraded. 2 more buses to go. And then the Brighton line really shouldn't take all that long at all. So, yeah, there we go. There's one of them already upgraded. Just need the rest of them to get upgraded as well. There we go. The London to Norwich line can be turned off and back to 100% on the alerts there. And we just need to wait on the Brighton line doing it as well. And whilst we're waiting on that, I would just like to have a little look down this way, or over here rather, and see what the production is. 92. We might get the production back up there, which would be amazing. Your production's 94. So there really shouldn't be any problems getting these guys to upgrade, which is exciting stuff. The fuel to London, though, is just... It's trying to make money. It's just not being all that successful. So how much do you make? Like, what have you got on yet? 12.2k. 3 of 17. So what does 3 units of fuel make me? 3 units of fuel is 18.4k. Alright. So what that tells me is that if we can significantly improve production down here, which we can do with production at 100, if we can keep it there for 4 months, we're going to be able to improve production. As for this guy, are you... Yeah, 3 months. Oh, we're getting there. We might actually get some upgrades, which would be amazing stuff. I assume you have a reasonable amount of production going on as well. Yeah, 66. I mean, the thing is, there's nothing I can do with that until I figure out a good way to get wood. And the problem with getting wood is that it has to come from either miles away in Inverness or miles away in Dublin. Just here. And really what that kind of tells me is that the best thing to do would be to chuck the wood in a boat, take it to Liverpool, and then truck it down to one of the mills. Or actually take it from, we could take it from Dublin to Liverpool, then up to this, sawmill. Via boat. Which might be the way to do things, honestly. Might very well be the way to do things. I mean, those are some lines that exist, you know. It is very typical for boats to go Dublin to Liverpool. It's also typical of boats to go Belfast to Stranraer, which is over here somewhere. I think it's like there. Or is it up here further? I don't know where it is. I think it's like here. Or is it there? I think that might be it, actually. Either way, boats are very typical things to go back and forth here. So I will, I think, put in some harbor. Not harbor. We'll put in a cargo harbor. Which is going to have to exist... for one, the other way around. So it's sort of there, I think. The docks outside of navigable waters. Really? So it can go there. It's just expensive is the problem. Where is the, So the industry in Dublin's there. So that kind of makes me want to put the harbor in there. That is tempting. We're sort of there. Like, there could work. But I'm sort of feeling like over here just makes a bit more sense. Like, it's kind of a nicer spot. Docks outside of navigable waters. What about there? I don't know. I guess... I'll throw it there. And that should be fine. So that's we're gonna bring wood down to the docks at some point. We're not doing it immediately. That is worth mentioning, because... very expensive to get boats and all that. But we are going to look into doing it as soon as possible. We'll put that guy there as well. So that's the docks set up. We'll get a medium straight that sort of goes just over like that, I think. Since that's going to be the easiest way to do things. And as for Dublin, we're going to sort of do a similar thing with a little straight going there. And that's those connected and ready to be used. I just don't want to use them yet. I do also need to get the shipyard, which can go... honestly, right there, I think. So what boats do we have currently? We do have some big uns. I mean, this has a capacity of 375 for crude oil, oil and fuel. And this one can carry 225 of anything else. Problem is, very expensive to buy. But very tempting. You know what? thus far, in 1964, we've made 1.36 million. We've made over $1 million, basically. So I think I'm gonna buy the ship. I'm gonna buy the ship. It's expensive, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna add it to a line. We're gonna buy the big one down the bottom. We're gonna have it carry logs, and we just unlocked a new vehicle, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We got a new truck. We got the MAN 19304, and this train as well, which is pretty cool. That train, I think I might use a lot. We'll see. Let's set this up then to carry the logs. We're gonna have it in orange, obviously, so we'll buy that. All right. A bit expensive. We're going to set you to the ship cargo, Dublin/Liverpool. And I've set that line up like that because I figure that, oh, look at you. I figure that, basically we could set multiple ships on this line at some point to carry cargo back and forth, which is a fairly realistic thing to do. So look at the size of you. Yeah, you aren't going to be carrying anything just yet, but we're not going to worry too much about that. We can go ahead and get a truck station set just there. And we'll get another one set done by this guy. As close as we can possibly get it without costing me too much in terrain deformation. We'll do that. It looks hideous, but it'll do the job. Then when we get to the other side, we need to start taking the cargo from here over to the sawmill, which is all the way up there. Is there a sawmill to the south by any chance? There is one down in Wales. Which honestly, I mean, considering the planks need to go over here, it kind of makes more sense that we don't take them further away. So taking them down here seems like a better idea. I could even extend a road so they can drive across that way. Which honestly would, I think, make more sense. So let's get ourselves a new road here. Which is going to go this way. And pretty much along the... Ooh, that's not right. Pretty much along this coast is where I want it to go. Which has the potential of looking really hideous. Yeah, it's not the prettiest looking thing, is it? But we're going to have to deal with it. Because it's coming around here. Then it's going across there. Then over that little bit. And through all of this. And then just very carefully follow the road. And then it can basically just connect straight over there. So just go straight across at that. And up to there. There we go. So that should make life a little bit easier. We'll go ahead and get our cargo truck station just there. And then what we need to do is basically take it over to here. So what we need is a large truck station, because we're going to bring plastics to this place, we're going to bring planks to this place, and then we're going to take tools and machinery into London. So we'll set up our lines so that we have logs from Dublin to Dublin Dock, basically. So logs... Oh, what have we unlocked? A new tram. So logs from Dublin to Dublin Dock, basically. Then we're going to have the logs from Liverpool, basically, to the mill, which is there. So logs from Liverpool going to mill in Abe, as I've called it. So then we have planks going from that mill over to here, which is a bit of a trek, but that's fine. So planks from Abe going to mill in London. Then we need plastics from Brighton going to the mill in London, just like so. So, plastic from Brighton to mill in London. And then I think we just do... We'll do one line for both tools and machinery each. So that's the way I think that'll go. And I'm pretty sure it is industry that needs the machinery. So that's going to be the machinery from London to London. All right, so that's all of that set up. That is a hell of a set of lines, but I think we'll be okay. So logs from Dublin to Dublin Dock is the first line we need to set up. Then planks or logs from Liverpool to the other thing. So let's try and get all of this done. We need a new depot. So this road depot can go... Can I get it in there by any chance? Yeah, I'll do. So this is going to be set up to... we'll use the MAN 19304 to bring some logs down here. We'll get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And you are going to carry the logs from Dublin to Dublin Dock. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them are going to do the logs from Liverpool to the mill. And that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money I've just spent there. We're dangerously low, so we're going to borrow some more. I don't think there's any limit on how much money I can borrow. I hope there's no limit on how much money I can borrow. But I think once we've got this cargo line moving about, once we start upgrading our other trucks and all that stuff, we will probably be okay. I would also like to have a little look over here, because I want to see if this guy's upgraded, which I do believe. Yeah, look at that production, though. What about you? Have you upgraded? Yes. Look at that. I'm so pleased with that. I really, really am. I'm so happy. Have you upgraded? No. So you're not producing anything at the moment. I assume because you have a lot in storage? Yeah, you have a lot of stuff stored, but there's no demand to take it anywhere right now. Okay. I have the planks line set up, right? Yeah, planks and plastic are both set up, but there's no vehicles to take them there. We could set up the plastic line, because plastic is already being produced. So, let's buy some road vehicles and set you up to carry some plastics. And you're going to be in sort of that pinkish color. And we'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them for the time being, because we don't need too many. So plastics from Brighton to the mill in London are hopefully going to be making us some cash. What are you waiting on? You're the oil truck. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. The production is completely... It's absolutely zero, but there is stored plastic, which I imagine they might start throwing out. Yeah, try to ship more plastic. The production is increasing, but they're not getting rid of any of the stored stuff. I guess we'll see what happens there. We'll totally see what happens. Let's have a little look up here. So this guy is producing a little bit. Not as much as I'd like, though. I might need more trucks in that line at some point. There is already a fair bit of stored... Yeah, there's 16 stored logs in there. And I do believe the ship is on its way back, which is pretty good stuff. But the real question is, am I making money? Not this year, no. I haven't made money in a little while. It's been some time since I last made what they call the cash. And I do have, you know, oh god, this line is losing me money as well. That's worrying. The logs from Dublin, yeah, those lines are going to lose me money for a while. Honestly, doing logs from Liverpool was a stupid move, because those are just costing me so much money. Because that line isn't ready to make money, and won't be for a little while, especially with how slow that ship is. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sell all of those trucks so I can get some money back. The oil from Plymouth to the mill in Brighton is surprisingly losing cash as well. Why is that? Why is it losing so much money? I'm kind of concerned about that. And obviously the boat's losing money because it's been doing its thing, but I'm a little concerned about everything else losing cash. You're carrying 25 of 225 logs. I might have to set that boat to just wait until it's got a full load of logs to bring over. That might be a good idea. And I think, honestly, I might do that. So, logs. Oh, we got the Boeing 737. Not bad. So what is it? We're doing, it's like Dublin dock to... I've completely forgotten what it is. I called it ship cargo, Dublin to Liverpool. Alright. So in Dublin, I want you to take a full load. And I want you to wait until you've got that. As for this guy, your production is abysmal. Which is concerning. I wonder if that's because I've broken the supply line. Like, the logs are technically going nowhere. And I feel like that is exactly what's happened there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up one truck. Now, we'll do like 4 of them. We'll do 4 of them to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of them are going to be carrying logs down into Wales. And that'll help. That's reconnected the supply line. And is that going to increase production here? I'm just curious to see if that's how the game works. Because technically I did absolutely interrupt the supply line. We were producing logs, but they weren't actually going anywhere. They were just sort of sitting there, so... I mean, this is not producing anything now. It is using the line again, so I guess production's heading back up. Hopefully that'll improve. As for the boat carrying 25 logs, I mean, I don't imagine that's going to make me much money, but I can certainly dream. And we'll certainly see. Come on, what are you doing? That was an interesting turn. Pretty sure that's how the Titanic may have you know, sank. How much money? 123k. Not bad. By the way, no offense, but hopefully Belfast, you guys are all right with that Titanic comment, but you know. Well, actually no. Interestingly, it was Liverpool I was saying that in. The Titanic was built like right here. We sent it over to Liverpool, and it left Liverpool and went that way. Or I think more that way, to be honest. Either way, it was fine when it left Belfast. That's all I'm saying. Titanic was completely fine when it left Belfast. Wasn't so fine when it got out, you know, you get my point. Anyway, let's have a little look at everything else and see what's going on here. The planks line doesn't need vehicles. This is still losing me money. The fuel line is making me a lot of cash. But I don't understand why this is not making anything. It's almost like the production here... Oh no, we are now making a lot of fuel again. I really don't know. Do we not have enough trucks? I'm really, really curious as to why... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They'll start making cash eventually. As for you, your production could be better, but you are moving stuff out. And it does definitely seem like we're getting very close to the point where we can be making some considerable cash. I mean, we've just entered into 1969. We're already almost $1 million in debt, which is good. But we haven't bought any new vehicles this year. And something we've been doing very consistently is buying new vehicles. So what I want to do is I want to spend 1969 not buying any new vehicles. And I want to see if we make a profit. And how much that profit actually ends up being. Now this boat is currently going to be waiting for a full load of logs. So 225 of them. That's a considerable amount of logs. But hopefully it's going to be worth it. Your production's up there at 40 again, which is good to see. As for you, I mean, you're still not doing enough. It is very tempting to upgrade those trucks, but I feel like that might be a little bit of a waste. And then that Dublin line is just... Surprisingly, logs to Dublin is losing a lot of cash, because it seems to be a bit more regular than it was, although I guess it's such a short trip that they don't really make that much, do they? I guess that's not really where the profit is going to be had on that whole production line. Like, obviously, it's expensive to have that many trucks in such a short line transporting so few goods at the moment. Then it's expensive to have a ship like this transporting across the water, but then hopefully we can start making money once we start producing planks. All right, it's 1970. We just unlocked the hovercraft and a new bus, which is pretty cool. And last year we made almost $1 million. So that's not good, but it's also certainly not bad. And that's the thing. That's not terrible. So hopefully we can improve that a little bit. Your production's still decent enough, I think. Looking in here, I mean, the Birmingham to Liverpool line is dropping off a little bit. Crude oil from the Birmingham refinery to the refinery in Plymouth is making a decent amount of money. Fuel from Plymouth to London is still making money. Leeds to Edinburgh is making a bit of money. Liverpool into Wales, not so much. Liverpool to Leeds is making a decent amount as well. Logs in Dublin, not so much. Logs down here, surprisingly, kinda. I feel like the frequency on this is just a bit too much. So let's send you back to the depot. And let's just bring that frequency sort of down a little bit. And by too much, I mean it's too frequent. Here's my complaint. So bring it down to like 72 seconds. Let's just get the same amount of buses in each line. So 90 seconds in that one. And that should be fine. So let me just go view that depot. And once the other two vehicles get back, we'll go ahead and sell them. But hopefully that's going to mean that we're losing less money from that line. Which is absolutely what was going on there. The boat's not doing so great. I assume the boat is still waiting in Dublin. Yeah, it's got 78 logs on it. Which is a lot. It just kind of needs to be higher. Now, where's the one remaining vehicle that needs to get back to this depot? I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and sell those guys. And that guy as well. There we go. Alright, so hopefully we're going to see a bit more of a balance from that line. Your production's still 62. Which is fine. Which is fine, I suppose. You're sitting on 87. I'm just going to let you sit there until you've got a full load of logs, because I'm curious to see how much that would actually make me. As for you, your production is pretty much unparalleled. Look at this. That's ridiculous. In the best possible way, that is absolutely ridiculous. As for you, your production's pretty good as well. That's a lot of fuel. It's a heck of a lot of fuel. As for down here, I mean, I assume the demand for fuel just isn't that high because the production line doesn't really do much. Like, the plastic that's going up here, like, they're not demanding much plastic, I assume. Yeah, they have plenty in storage, and they're not doing anything with it, so I assume what that means. Also, with the potential being 60, does that imply that there is... Let me see, 58 in there, yeah, and I think that just dropped to 58, didn't it? Yeah, so that's saying that we could potentially order 58 plastic from this facility. We're just not, because we don't need it, because we have enough, because we're not doing anything. So, what that tells me is that it might be time to add some trucks to the line that's going to bring the planks over to this factory, and hopefully that's going to incentivize some improvement in the production in plastic, and then therefore the demand for oil will go up, and hopefully that's going to be good. So let's set you to carry planks. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. And you're going to bring the planks to the mill in London. That's the goal anyway. And I guess we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully it makes some serious cash. The boat is still sat there with 127 logs on it. Your production is 46, went up to 48 there. So I guess that's okay. Honestly, I really want to see how much that's going to make me, but I do also really want to wait. It's only costing me, what, it was like 9,000 for that thing to sit there. Which, to be fair, 9,000 to just sit there is a lot of money, but I'd rather it just sat there than going back and forth and charging me a lot more money to also do nothing. So I think we'll be all right. As for you, what is your production at the moment? 0. Well, that's great. You have a lot of potential logs, but none stored. One assumes that that is mostly because these trucks are taking such a long time. I don't know. I really don't know. Why does it seem like this is, why do you guys not have logs on you? I guess because the ship hasn't been there in a while. Fair enough. Let's see. How much have you got? 149. Yeah, you can just stay there. Just sit there. There really is no sense in sending out. Oh, look at that fuel, though. That is ridiculous. How's London doing in terms of population, then? 1,102 people. Reasonable line usage. Good cargo supply. Even though we're only supplying fuel. But that's fine. That's apparently still good cargo supply, so I'll take it. You've got a production level of 2 and then 0, so that's great to see. Alright, I should probably go about and start telling my lines to upgrade. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet, because maybe my most profitable lines. But none of my lines are that profitable. Why are none of my lines that profitable? That's a bit worrying. Like, they're seriously not. It's weird playing in a game with this where my bus lines aren't making the most money out of anything. What's making the most money is the crude oil and the fuel. I guess let's upgrade the Leeds to Edinburgh line. So we'll set the vehicle there to be the MAN SL192. And we'll say at 25% life cycle, upgrade. So that line's going to get a bit better, but the rest of them can just sit there and use the old buses because they're not at all profitable. This is weird. It's really weird. It's also worth mentioning I'm playing on medium difficulty, so if that has something to do with it, then that's fine. But it is weird at the moment. Huh. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I think this map is probably more designed for trains, and I feel like what I need to do is get the money to set up some significant train lines. I'm also feeling that the London loop could maybe use a little bit of an upgrade. The frequency's fine, but I just don't think we're moving enough people around. So let's set that to take the new bus as well. So there you go. London loop's hopefully going to upgrade ASAP. And hopefully going to start carrying a few more people. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave it there for today. Things are going reasonably well. I believe we're getting towards making money. You've got 180 of 225 cargo. You're getting painfully close to being able to leave there. You, on the other hand, your production could probably do with being higher, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. But yeah, ladies and gents, I am going to leave it there for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been part 2 of our Make Britain Great Again campaign inside of Transport Fever. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.